Give this music some time to marinate a bit. Take this music in. See how it goes here. Why am I here tonight? I don't even know. Just felt the need to say something. Let this music play for a while and then take advantage of all the snow that's outside tonight. When it's snowing like this, I gotta get some things off my chest. There's a lot of time when it's snowing. Let me see, maybe position myself a little bit better here so that I can talk on the microphone, get my voice over. Feel like I need to take some things off my chest and ear it out. All right, I'm not gonna stay on here too long tonight because I got some things I want to say, but I think I'll just express it this way. I think it's about time. And after watching last weekend's event at Gulfstream Park, and just being some beautiful racing, high purses, watching the Pegasus last race of the day, and you see that white horse. Is he white or gray? Is he fully white yet? Maybe somebody can correct me. But just run the way he ran. Uh, it was just a beautiful thing to watch. You know what I mean? Just a beautiful thing to watch. And me and some people had some conversation during the week. Or I mean, this is early in the week, but already, I mean, the race was on Saturday, and we had Sunday, a Monday, just to talk about the race. And people that like horse racing always seem to find a conversation around the horses. And if you're truly into the events and you love watching the sport and you're competitive, I mean, like, when you get them in your 50s and your 60s, and you used to be an athlete, the only thing left to do really is talk about it. You can't do it. Your knees are hurting. uh you can't physically run the way you used to run. You can't play ball the way you used to play ball. So you talk about it. You talk about how you used to do it and how you did it back then and how it can be done better. And if you were there, what you would do and what and stuff like that, right? But in this sport, this is horse racing, and the horse does all the talking. You got the jockeys, trainers. Somehow the trainers become, you know, a brand. Uh, you got like, you can safely say Pletcher. Everybody know who you are. You can say Chad Brown. Everybody know who you are. And we can even say, obviously, Mark Cassie. Everybody know. You can't. Those are the names that get tossed around. And everybody know who you are. Don't you think it's about time you say, you can't say Junior, but people usually just say Saffie. You know, been watching this guy for a lot of years, relatively still young, and just seemed to be striving, doing some really good things done in the U.S. of A. Um, do you know how hard it is for someone to pull the seat from underneath you and then give you back the seat? Going back to the Kentucky Derby when he was ridiculed and criticized, all kinds of media had their whole their sheer at him, and had things to say. people involving the D word, which is doping, all kinds of stuff. People trying to relate him and the sport and the horses and why he's doing so good and you know and all that stuff. But guy continues to win. But back to my point, do you know how hard it is for someone to pull the chair from underneath you and then give you back the seat? And that's what they did with White Abarrio, right? Now I don't know the full stories behind that. Obviously, I'm just watching, observing from a distance, and to have, you know, his horse pulled away from him and probably, just to get out the media spotlight. Probably, I'm assuming if I'm an owner and there's controversy surrounding my trainer, I probably gonna do the same thing too, which is to take the horse a little bit away from him, so there's no mix up, there's no controversies or controversies, and and take the pressure off. But to get the horse back again and do some really nice things and really good things, it says a lot about the trainer, and just to have the confidence to continue to do well and succeed. And that's what I'm seeing with Saffie Joseph Jr. And just to have White Abarrio back in his barn and do some good things like that, win the biggest race of the day and probably the year so far, and continue to strive, right? Some trainers and some people, some stories are like slow burners. So you start off slow. People, want to see what you are and who you are and what you can do. You know, a lot of times public just kind of wait and get ready to ridicule you or tell you what you don't know and what you should know and what you should do before you actually do that or do this. But Safi Joseph Jr. continued to strive, man. Strive in a market where I guess he wasn't supposed to do it so fast. You just kind of look, you just kind of admire from a distance and see what people are doing. When people do good things, you have to compliment them. You commend them. You tell them about it. You tell people around them about it, and you continue to move on, regardless of how he does it and how he's doing it. The point is, he's doing it. You know, naysayers would say, well, because this, because of that. But how did he get there? Well, I don't know. I mean, if you're in the same position, you want to do the same thing too, right? You want to win. But is there another horse out there you think that can beat White Abarrio? I'm gonna let that sink in for a bit because because the horse looks pretty good. Looks like he's on top of his form right now. But still, as I was telling someone yesterday, that it's Florida. And sometimes some horses do well in Florida, and sometimes those same horses just can't win elsewhere. Even though White Abarrio probably, or is he? You tell me. Is he the greatest horse that Safi Joseph Jr. ever trained? Or is he not? Where would you like to see this horse run again to be the best horse out there right now? You know, you put them two together, you put White Abarrio, you put Safi Joseph Jr., the young man from the island of Barbados, and see if this makes sense to the world, right? And let that sink in. We want to see if it makes sense to the world. I remember one time before I even watched this race. I never watched this race live. This is the race of Patrick Husbands when before I was even watching races that closely. This guy would tell me he came home, he tell me all about this race with Patrick, right? And with Patrick, he swear to God, Patrick won this race. And I mean, this is going back many years. And I wasn't really fully aware of the whole situation yet. And he would say, Patrick won this race. Patrick won this race. He say he don't care what they say. Patrick won this race. And I guess it was Frankie Dettori at that time. And if you're familiar with the racing at Woodbine, you probably would know what I'm talking about. I mean, even myself, I pulled up the race quite a few times and watched it, and still pretty tight, pretty close. Eventually, Frankie Dettori and his horse won the race, but you know, I mean, the time when I did do a show with Patrick and interviewed him, and he said, who was me? He's just Patrick Husbands from Hearts Gap. And, it was just funny listening to, but just to see guys like that do well, it's about time they, start. I mean, they are on big stages, and Saffie Joseph Jr. is on a big stage, and I think by now, most people will respect the guy and what he's doing, his program, and how he's doing it. Not many other people can just put themselves in the spotlight and put themselves out there to be ridiculed by the public and their peers, because you're not supposed to be winning so quickly. You're not supposed to be winning the most races over Todd Pletcher and Chad Brown and whoever else is out there. I mean, Gulfstream right now is his home court. You can't deny that. That's his home court. Back to my story. We had a conversation, and the young man told me, by the way, why Abarrio was purchased for $7,500 and then was sold for $40,000. Uh, I didn't really do the research at the time, and I was like, well, quite honestly, who would have known, right? And it makes you wonder: is it the trainer? Is it the horse? Like, who is it? Who's making the horse win these races? One time somebody told me, look, hey, look, man, you know what? Safi not gonna put his horses in a race unless he thinks they're gonna win. He's just that competitive. He ain't putting horses out there to lose. He's not setting up jockeys or setting up horses to lose. He likes to win. He's a winner. He's competitive, and that's what competitive people do. They want to win. They want to win every race. But the question is why Abarrio Safi's greatest horse? He might just be. And what's next for him? Are we going to see this horse on the biggest stage? I mean, we saw the white horse coming. What's the white horse that ran in the same race? It's supposed to be pretty good. I mean, he did get up there, but you see what happened. Now, is it the horse? Is it jockey? Or is it trainer? Because you got Safi, you got Irad, and White Abarrio. Who's the greatest? Is it all three of them, or is it just the one? And that's the horse, or is it the jockey, or is it the trainer? Is it who's the star between those three? I know the connection with all of them is Saffie Joseph Jr. I know he just keeps winning, and he's gonna win a lot more. I mean, you love to have the underdog. You got to cheer for the underdog. By now, right now, I'm thinking he's no longer an underdog. I mean, I've been watching quite a few years, and just seeing his name pop up, and he wasn't getting the respect. Now he's getting a lot of respect amongst his peers. People are starting to take notice. I don't know how you, to be honest, quite honest, if you move from Barbados and you start a program somewhere else, and the question is, how do you get the clients? How do you get the people to buy into your program? What do you do? You know, he must have a hell of a marketing team, or someone just like his style. Maybe they like his hair. I don't know. He has nice hair. You know, I mean, like you got to give Jack his jacket. You know, you pay compliments to guys who are doing well. You know, who actually are living the program. You know, doing great things. You know, see a couple comments here. I'm going to try to read because I didn't really plan to stay on here too long. Just felt like saying a few things tonight, and it's snowing outside. There's not much to do, so I say, you know what? Let me come on here and say a few things, and some things that was kind of bottling up inside of me a little bit. Just watching the race and how nice that horse ran. $7,500 purchase, and just ran the way he ran. Beautifully won by like what, 5 6 lengths. I mean, you can't help but feel proud of the whole situation. I mean, who doesn't love situations like that? You know, to be honest, Urea, I don't think any horse was coming. I think White Abarrio was long gone. He was gone. The horse wasn't coming. He was gone. You know what I mean? So, we always look at, you think a horse is coming unless they're going to run 2 miles or something, but that horse was gone, gone. You know, but what a beautiful race, a beautiful horse. Um, Needs to be tested. Would love to see a horse like that just do a tour. Let me see how good you are, though. You know, that's really going to make you stand out. I mean, the owners already won some money, so you got nothing to lose, right? So you might as well just put the horse out there and make fame now for you and for the whole team. You won some money. You're not going to lose now. Put a horse out there. Send a horse around. Send a horse to Woodbine and one of the great ones. You know, send a horse. I don't know, some outside of America, outside North America. Let's see what that horse can do. You know, somebody say Dubai. I don't know. Oh, right. That's right. I did say that which horse was coming. So I guess it was locked. Thanks for clearing that up, Urea. But it was just a nice race. Just to watch. I mean, it was the biggest race of the day, so it's the big stage, and you wait for the race. You have a beer, if you smoke, whatever you do, you just chill and you have some good food, and you wait. Wait for the race to go and see what unfolds. Really nice watching that race. I can talk about the turf races, but which is what I really like. I like turf races on good grass. Not turf races on on bad surfaces. It just doesn't look right. I'm all about the looks, and you got 13, 14, 15, whatever horses in the race, and it's when you turn for home, you got somebody on top of the pace, and then you got somebody just talking, and then before you know it, you got 4 or 5 on top of them. That's a race for me. That's what I like to see. The dirt racing is nice, and there's a lot of speed. A horse like White Abarrio, um, all the dirt horses who can get on the lead and just pounce on the pace and then pass and just keep going. I mean, that's American racing, but I do like the turf races. Where the horses, they're coming down the cavalry, and then they, pounce on the leader and so forth. I like those kind of races. Jockeys got to make quick decisions. Um, they gotta, weigh in if they're gonna go in. They're gonna go out. Do they wait? Do they wait on the rail? Stuff like that. And to me, that's when you see the real writers, real guys who have patience, and sometimes they don't always win. The best horse don't always win, you know. Sometimes the best horse is just waiting and waiting and never gets that chance. And you know what? The funny thing about it is that good jockeys or smart jockeys, I would say, but keep you waiting. They know that you got horse. They know you can pass, but they're just gonna keep that real. They won't let you come true. You know, you gotta be real generous in the jockeys room to give that guy the space to get through. Well, at least that's what I heard from the jocks. And that's a horse race for me. You outgaming the other person. You know, you're not just gonna give it up. I mean, who's gonna do that? You gonna just give away the bag just like that? Who wants to do that, right? Man, what a race though. What a race. And what a horse. Probably the greatest horse Saffie Joseph Jr. probably trained. Hats off to him, entire team. And hopefully we can see that horse somewhere else outside of Gulfstream Park doing his thing and doing really well. I want to pop back on here probably later during the week and talk about some other stuff. But I just felt the need to just to say that. I mean, it was a really nice um, effort. I really enjoyed it. Um, I think there was a lot of people that enjoyed it too. It was really cool to watch. I think people were expecting some other horses to do well too as well, but White Abarrio, that's his home court, home trainer. Hats off to them, the entire team. That's it for me. I'm gone. Until another time. Peace.